Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we are going over the NXT roster. There is some Evolve people here too, so we'll talk about all of them. But we're going to rate them in where we should put them now. We obviously got the call-up category. That's basically anybody that I think is ready right now to go up there. Then we have the more time, where they just need more time. Underrated, just people that are very underrated, need more of a push. Overrated, or people just stop pushing them, and I don't know. And then no future in WWE. Not necessarily a bad fit on some of them. Some of them on this list I think have already been released or are just kind of spinning their wheels and probably need that push to go somewhere else, so they have a better shot of doing something else. So let's jump into it. So we got Rizzo as very first. I think if you actually see Rizzo's matches, she really has a lot of talent. I honestly would put her under the underrated. I think the two things I don't like about Rizzo, and it's nothing against her particular, I don't like her character. I think like just kind of being in that like manager whatever role just doesn't fit her. She needs more of a just a singles push by herself with no like other stuff involved. I think she can kind of stand on her own already. So I feel like that. I think the other thing is just I hate that she just gets injured all the time. It's nothing against her, but it really sucks for her because she's already has a really bad knee injury right now. I think it was a knee. And so she's not going to be back for a little bit. So I'm going to put her in underrated. I honestly think that's a pretty solid place to put her. And then next up, we have Andre Chase. I don't really know what to say about Andre Chase. I don't necessarily think that he's like bad at wrestling or any of that. I think it's actually the opposite. I think he's fairly talented. I just think his gimmick is just too limited to really work because they basically lost this whole thing by trying to give Ridge Holland that really crazy turn and do all that. And I think it just kind of destroyed Chase U and destroyed all that, even though they're trying to bring it back. And I don't think it's gonna ever fill back that same way. So I don't know where I'd put him. I don't know if he needs more time, but I just in this current gimmick that he currently has, I don't think he has much of a future here. Next up is Ariana Grace. Other than being, part of, Santino's daughter, I think she would fit a lot better on the NXT or the TNA roster just because, like, it's more of the knockout stuff and that she has, like, that ability to have, like the what is it, the 40s daughter. Like, she has a more compelling character over there than what she proceeds over on NXT. I mean, she's had mini pushes here and there, and I don't think she's necessarily even a bad wrestler or anything, or even bad on the mic. It's just I just don't see much of what they're gonna like do with her here. So I think she's another person. I think she just doesn't have much of a future. Then we have Blake Monroe. I think she needs a little bit more time in NXT, but I think she's definitely a future call up. Then we have Brynlyn Reese. I believe is also injured, if I'm not mistaken. She was getting some fairly decent like evolve time, but then she kind of just disappeared. But I think she just needs more time. Then we have Bronco. I forgot what his last name is, but both of the OTM people, I think we'll put both of them into the more time thing. I like them as a tag team. I think they have a nice look to them, and they have some decent like in ring skills. I think pulling Jada Parker from them is going to be end up being kind of a bad thing for them personally because I think she really stuck the glue and everybody liked the group, and once they pulled her from it, they kind of spin their wheels, and now they're back. But we already have a heel tag team that's kind of in charge, so I think they're at the moment kind of stuck to just kind of existing. Brooks Jensen, I just haven't connected with day one. He's down in Evolve, and other than maybe developing talent down there, I don't really ever see him having that ability. With him and Brooks, when they used to be the tag team, I think that was really their golden thing. And now both of them being heels and just doing their own thing, it just doesn't seem to work out well for them. Less for less for Jensen. Briggs at least has been putting on some good matches, so I'm gonna say I don't really see anything. Then we have Carly Bright. Honestly, I like Carly Bright a lot. I thought she was gonna get a decent push at Evolve, but I think with Kendall Gray just kind of coming onto the scene and just absolutely annihilating stuff, she really hasn't got the chance to like get that. She kind of is just the best friend. I think she does turn on Kendall at some point. Could be a really good storyline. It could be a really interesting, way to get her into like that main event scene. But I guess we'll see. I think more time for the time being. What is it? Stacks. I think like Stacks and Tony are kind of in the same boat. I think they've been in NXT for a long time, but I just don't see them doing much of anything else. I'm gonna put both of them down there. See, the thing with Tony is just like he's been there 4 years. Everybody around him has moved. He's already done everything he can. They've kind of written him out right now, and if he doesn't get the call up like very very soon, I just don't see it. I don't really see that like Italian mobster type gimmick really working on a SmackDown or Raw like in a good way. Like I think it would be more of a comedy thing in the end because there's just not much you could write with it. Then we have Charlie Dempsey. I think he's kind of underrated. I'm gonna have to put him in there. I just really feel like he doesn't get the time and energy out there for the matches. I think his strong style isn't really what's for NXT sometimes. So I don't know what they need to do to kind of like help his character get over more. Then we have God, what is his name now? I completely forgot. He was on LFG and now it's part of Dark State. Honestly, with all of Dark State, um, I don't know where we want to put them. I guess just put them in more time because I mean I feel like they just won the tag team titles. I think all of them have a pretty decent future. Where's the other one? Oh, right there. Honestly, all of them have been really good. Like with what they're doing, I just obviously we need to see more time of them. Dante Chen, he's now down in Evolve. I think that's always kind of a bad thing, but I think we can give him more time. Idris Inoue has left the WWE, so I don't really see him having much of a future. Ethan Page, I think, is the very first person we put up in the call ups. I think he literally can be called up at any point now, and he can go on that main roster and do something. I think with him working really well with Chelsea Green and stuff, I think that could be another good thing to bridge him in there because he could literally be in like a same faction thing on SmackDown and have some other people around and have some other storylines with all of them and even do some mixed tags, which could really help out SmackDown also getting more people time. So I think he's kind of the perfect candidate at any point to call up. Then we got Fallon Henley. She's honestly, I feel a little underrated. I feel like she's done some really good stuff. I think with being like the North American champion, she didn't get the exact time to shine, but I really feel that there is something with her that like they just got to get the push, but I really don't see it being in NXT anytime soon. So maybe a call up, but I think she is underrated when we look at this type of category. Then we got Hank and Tank. Not really my favorite tag team. Like I don't know why. I just don't really enjoy it, what they do. I don't think they do anything bad. I think they're fairly talented, but it's just not really my thing. So I'm gonna put them in more time. I just maybe they need more time to grow on me. I don't know. Then we got Izzy Dame. Honestly, when they gave her some mini pushes there, I think she's shown a lot of flashes of talent. So I'm gonna put her in underrated. I think she still has some way to go, but I put her up there. Jace, honestly, she should be called up. I mean, after dropping this NXT title, she should be called up to the main roster. I'm gonna put her up there. I don't really see her staying around too much longer, but if they don't have anything written for her, she might. Jada Parker, honestly, I'm gonna put her in overrated. I just haven't really ever connected with her. I feel like she's really like over with the crowd, but they don't let her win, and she never has that momentum, so it just kind of fizzles out. Jasper Troy, he won the LFG. I mean, he's getting a decent push in the, I guess, speed division. Is that good? I guess I don't really know. I feel like he definitely has the look, but I feel like his moveset's very limited, and they haven't let him like like unchanged for that. So I'm gonna say he needs a lot more time. Javon Evans, somehow is still one of the best wrestlers on NXT, but I still think he's underrated. I think he really should already have a title by now, and it's kind of crazy that he just hasn't gotten one. Like even the North American title should be on him if they weren't going to put the main title on him. It's just crazy. Jordan Grace, I think she should just be called up at this point. I just don't see anything that in NXT is like, oh yeah, they have something written for her. She's kind of spinning her wheels down there. I think she should just get the call up. Briggs has done a lot of good matches. I would put him under the underrated. I think he really can get a good match. I think his character work needs a lot of work, and I think they really need to find something for him. I think being a heel has worked pretty well for him, but he's got to rack up some more wins and rack up a little bit more rivalries, which he's trying to do. I think they're really trying to give him that push. Then we get the two Chase U guys. I always forget their names, like Kale and Dixon or Kale Dixon and somebody else. I'm gonna put them both in underrated. I think they are a fairly decent tag team and has some fairly decent like moves and stuff. But again, I think that whole Chase U thing is just not gonna ever come back over. Next up is Carmen Petrovich. I think she needs more time. There was a good part there where I really thought she was going to get the push that she needed, but I don't think it's coming anytime soon. So we'll put more time and hopefully she gets something in there. Kalani Jordan, uh, just been killing it. I don't really even know what type of category to put her in because I don't think she really needs the call up right now because obviously she's the TNA champion, and I think what she's doing right now is kind of better than being called up because she's like defending stuff and getting screen time, and I think she'd kind of struggle for it. But um, I guess I'll just save more time down there. I guess. Then we have Kendall Gray, just won the Evolve Championship. She's on cloud nine, extremely underrated wrestler, and hopefully she gets that like that title run that makes it look really good. Then we have, God, she just came back. Lainey Reed. Honestly, I think she just needs more time. Obviously, was out for a while. I don't think she's good or bad yet like, to be able to put her on anything, but I don't know. Lash Legends, obviously very underrated. I just don't think they know what to do with her, and it's kind of appalling because she has champion written all over her, and I just think she needs to be doing something like that. I mean, even being in a high time feud would be better. Like she had a little bit with Jada Parker, and then now she was feuding with Kendall Gray, but it just hasn't really, done anything for her. Then we got Lexus King. Honestly, I'm gonna put him in overrated. I'm not a big fan of him compared to how much of a push he gets a lot of the time. I think he plays a character that you don't really like, but it just overall just doesn't do it for me. I don't think anything in the ring really puts it like he's really amazing. Next up is Lola Vice. I think is another one that fits in that little bit of that overrated category. Not that she's bad or anything. I think is that the way that the company and everything looks at her, they look at her as a top person, but they don't treat her like a top person by giving her victories. And I feel like a lot of it is because of that. Luca Cristofino, I honestly don't even know where he's at, and being part of the family or whatever the Formula family is, I'm gonna probably put him down there. Malik Blade, I'm pretty sure is hurt, but I don't really know because if he's not hurt, we haven't seen him, so I'm gonna put him down there. Then we got Miles Bourne. He's kind of stuck with Tavion Heights right now. Like they're kind of having like the mini feud mixed with also Briggs. I think a triple threat with all three of them at some point will cook. Um, I guess it just needs more time. I don't think I could really put my finger on it. Next up is Nikita Lyons. Haven't really seen much of her. She's in Evolve, and I think she's going to get a bigger role in Evolve. But I just really don't see where they're like why like that they're going to use her anytime soon. Nico Van's part of the culling. Um, I guess more time to really decide. I definitely don't think he's ready for the roster. I'll put Sean Spears also in there. Sean Spears, I think, could be pulled up to the main roster because he felt obviously he's already been up there, but I think they just need more time to maybe like get the calling over. Dar, I'm pretty sure got hurt, right? So I guess we'll just put him in this category because he's hurt at the moment. Obafemi needs that call up. I think he'd be a no-brainer to be called up to SmackDown right now and just get some Rain Havoc. Ricky Saints, I think you could easily also throw it up there. He just won the NXT title, so I think he's still destined to be in NXT for a little bit. But I think if you just look at him, I think he's ready for the call up. Ridge Holland got released by WWE, so he has no future. Sol Ruka, I think, is another one that could easily get the call up. If her injury isn't a work and she's just dropping the belts to not get a loss, I think this would be the reasoning is that she's going to get the call up. If she's actually hurt, I think she'll come back for a little bit, but I think she'll get pushed right back up to the top. Tatum Paxley is our current champion. She's still extremely underrated. She deserves winning that NXT title, and I can't wait to see how her title run is. Tavion Heights, I think honestly is one of those that like he's very close to like Miles Bourne, where like I feel like they needed more time. But I think honestly we could put Tavion Heights in a little bit underrated. I feel like he really has shown different stuff that he's done really good, and they just need to give him that time. Fia Hell's another one, extremely underrated. I like your character work. I think the whole death of Chase U, it just kind of killed her, and they never knew what to do with her afterwards. Trick Williams obviously should be called up. He has nothing else to do in Evolve, not Evolve, NXT. I think he really just needs that push and do what he needs to do. Next up, then we have Tyra May still just one LFG. They don't know what they're doing with her. So I guess more time to Tyson DuPont and his partner Tariq Kirawai or something like that. I think they need more time. They've been bouncing from Evolve to NXT. I think that extra matches have been working out pretty well for them. Wendy Chu, I think I'd also put her in more time. I think her character development in Evolve has been pretty decent. I just don't know what they're going to do with her. Ren Sinclair, extremely underrated, one of my favorite wrestlers on NXT. I just think she's never going to get a push, though, unfortunately, right now. And Zarya, I think, is just needs more time. I think they really haven't let her be who she needs to be. I think she's kind of a natural heel, so I think when she ever does turn heel, I think it's when she's really going to get good in there. But yeah, that is what I think. Tell me what you guys think. Maybe we'll get call up soon. We've been hinted at it all the way since May, so there's a lot that could have happened, but we haven't got anything, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a trickle up there, but I can see all seven that I have up there making it up there by next May, really, if not sooner. I think the only one that maybe is not Ricky Saints just because he has the current title, but everybody else is pretty open to kind of making their way up there, so I guess we'll see. Until next time, this has been Japan. Bye, guys.